Hi there and welcome back. If you are planning to take the SHRM or HRCI exam, then you will need to be familiar with certain HR terms and definitions like the 3 pillars of sustainable development, value drivers, what are exempt and non-exempt employees, critical path, what is divestiture, different HR structures, phases of a project management life cycle, and more. In this video today, we will be reviewing these important HR terms and definitions you need to know to ace the SHRM or HRCI exam. So let's begin. What are the 3 pillars of sustainable development? They are environmental pillar, social pillar, and economic pillar. The environmental pillar is founded on a commitment to protect the environment by reducing risks and measuring the environmental impacts of a company's activities. Social pillar. Social values is conducive to the well-being of your employees and associates. A company is more likely to prosper if its employees feel happy in their work. They will certainly stay with the team longer and the work dynamic will be better. Therefore, the social pillar plays a critical role in achieving sustainable development. Third is the economical pillar. Adopting a more responsible approach to production by encouraging recycling, limiting waste, and using renewable raw materials can considerably reduce your current expenditure while still promoting sustainable consumption. The economic pillar plays a key role in sustainable development as it opens more doors for success in the other pillars of sustainable development. Moving along, what are value drivers? They are specific identifiers that make your product unique and set it apart from your competition. These aren't just differentiators, however, they are qualities that provide value for your audience to solve a key business need. Value drivers are traits that are specific to your unique product or service. Your brand's value drivers are essential to gaining a competitive edge and standing out. When you show the difference in your product or service, your brand will appeal more to prospective customers. The more value drivers you have identified, the more your brand will stand out over the competition. Next, what is the difference between exempt and non-exempt employees? Exempt employees are those who are paid a regular salary, a predetermined amount of money distributed in regular intervals throughout the year. These employees do not qualify for minimum wage, nor do they receive overtime pay. Exempt means the employee is exempt from overtime pay. The FLSA regulates which employees are exempt and which are non-exempt. Non-exempt employees, on the other hand, are those who are eligible for minimum wage and overtime pay calculated at 1.5 times their hourly rate of pay. They are often paid hourly for the precise amount of time worked in a pay period. Those who are non-exempt and when they are eligible for overtime pay is subject to federal and state standards. Next, I apologize in advance for interrupting the video right now. Just a quick message from me. If you are preparing for the SHRM exam, then consider checking out my SHRM exam study guide, the one-book learning system. I have left a link in the description of this video where you can find more details about this guide and how to use it to ace the exam. Now back to the video. What is critical path? In project management, the critical path is the strongest sequence of tasks that must be completed to complete a project. The tasks on the critical path are called critical activities because if they are delayed, the whole project completion will be delayed. Finding the critical path is very important for project managers because it allows them to accurately estimate the total project duration, to identify task dependencies, resource constraints, and project risks, and 3. Prioritize tasks and create realistic project schedules. Great. Moving along. What is divestiture? A divestiture takes place when a company sells an asset such as a service, a piece of property, or product line. Divestitures allow companies to generate cash flow, eliminate a business segment that doesn't fit their main objective. It helps lower debt and increase shareholder value. Next, what are different HR structures? Well, there are 4: centralized, decentralized, matrix, and outsource. Let's understand each of them. If you are finding value in this video and would like to be reminded of similar videos, then consider subscribing to my channel. Like the video, leave a comment. Thanks a bunch. Let's continue. In a centralized HR structure, a corporate office makes decisions on behalf of the entire organization and supports activities for the whole company. Centralized structures often operate hierarchically with a designated HR manager that reports to upper management, who gives them a set of goals to meet with the HR team. There are often separate managers for recruitment and employee development who both report to the designated HR manager of the company. Companies that use a centralized structure hire HR personnel with background in training, specifically in human resources. Consolidating HR activities into one location can also improve operational efficiency because all divisions and components of the organization receive the same consistent training and compensation. Next, decentralized HR structure. Now, with a decentralized HR structure, the company distributes HR functions across different units of the business, such as geographical area, product line, or department. The HR team often operates independently of other units, and there are multiple points of authority that make decisions. A decentralized structure can also mean each department in a company takes an active part in the decision-making process before HR makes the final decision. So, for example, finance, logistics, and marketing may have their own designated HR function within their own department, and they work with autonomy to make their own decisions. A decentralized model can also increase flexibility in the company because it allows departments to address their needs to management separately. What is matrix HR structure? Well, a matrix structure combines the centralized and decentralized structure with a centralized department but independent HR functions that are specific to different business units. In this structure, personnel can report to the designated HR manager but also report to separate departments of the company. Many businesses use a matrix structure because it can make it easier to assign a separate HR professional to handle a certain aspect of human resources, such as employee benefits as the company grows in size. A matrix structure can be advantageous because having different levels of HR can help ensure that important information becomes widely shared, therefore allowing for faster response. And then we have outsourced HR structure. With the name itself, we can understand that with an outsourced structure, a company often hires an outside agency or third party that becomes solely responsible for the primary HR functions in the company. This structure is common in smaller organizations that typically don't have the resources or budget to hire in-house HR staff. An outsourced structure can be beneficial for a company that wants to control costs and save time, which enables management to focus more on business processes within the company. Next, what are the phases of project management lifecycle? Now, let me pause here and tell you, it's important to understand that we are HR professionals and not project managers, not yet at least. However, we still need to know the basics of project management. So the 5 phases are initiation phase, planning phase, the execution phase, monitoring and performance phase, and closure phase. In the initiation phase, we understand project goals, deadlines, priorities, and associated risks. In the planning phase, we develop an overview of the tasks needed to be completed, and we define the timeline needed to complete the project. In the execution phase, we execute the project plan, of course the plan which we developed in the previous phase. We then monitor the performance of the project in the monitoring and performance phase. And finally, in the closure phase, we analyze and summarize the results and document lessons learned. Great. Next, what is situational leadership? I recommend you watch this video next, where I explain the Blake Mouton and Hershey Blanchard leadership theory in detail. If you are finding value in the videos I am producing, then consider subscribing to my channel, hit the like button and leave a comment. I post HR and leadership related videos every week. I will see you in the next video.